We're going to move from darkness to light, from a time when great art was considered to be that which reflected the classics, the world of Greece and Rome, proportion, particularly the golden section, Greek and Roman sculpture, architecture, forming what was known as classic art, or the art of the museum, to a time when art was based on light, colour and self-expression, largely thanks to Turner, known to his friends as Over-Turner, because he was always knocking into things. His first exhibition was in his dad's barber shop when he was 11. A broad cockney, he was introduced to the Academy at the age of 14, the youngest ever, where he studied the classics. So he knew the classics well and was excellent at copying the accepted style of the day. However, as he travelled round the world with his sketchbook and his watercolours and his oil paintings, he looked first-hand at the world about him, which was really unheard of until then, because you always had to copy the past, not the present. So in that way, Turner is really an Over-Turner, in that he brought art out of the museum into the daylight. He brought us from the dark, staid, serious, rather predictable world of the classics to the modern world of self-expression and light. People who knew him said he was a jolly sailor-like sort of chap who travelled the world with his sketchbook and paints, creating a wealth of information in pencil drawings and watercolour, which he then turned into oil paintings in the large studio and exhibition space that his father had created for him in London. He evidently enjoyed travelling alone. He liked his own company. Although he never married, he did have a couple of daughters. Here they are in one of his paintings. He also liked the odd spot of rum in true nautical fashion, which probably helped to keep him warm in some of the very cold places that he worked. And in those landscape paintings, although he catches the light and air, you can see he never forgot his classical training. The golden section is there, the trees a third in, the horizon a third up. His work was becoming well known. Turner's star was rising. When Turner was 54, his father died. This had a huge effect on him. He evidently fell into bouts of depression and became even more remote from the world. In that remoteness, he began to study light and space even more deeply. And eventually, his old sense of humour returned. He then went on to create his most well-known pieces, which are a unique combination of classic and academic structure with his own highly energetic, very personal use of paint. In Turner's time, paint didn't come in tubes, you had to mix it yourself from the raw oxide and various oils. This he did, and then applied it with brush, thumb, rags, anything that gave him the chance to express the feelings that he had within him. One of those feelings was a great delight in the modern discovery of steam power. In this picture, he celebrates the fact that steam is overcoming sail, and he throws paint at the canvas to show his approval. This picture had a huge effect on the Impressionists, who we know so well. Not everyone realises that Turner was at the base of Expressionism too. All these 20th century artists felt something strongly and expressed it in their work, as did Turner. He felt very strongly about atmosphere and weather. He actually strapped himself to the mast so that he could really express the feeling of a storm. In this rain, steam and speed, he evidently hung out of the train window making sketches to catch the action. Exploring beyond the art of museums and taking it into the light. It's said that his very last words were, "The sun is God." What Turner would make of the Turner Prize in the 21st century, I don't know. I think he'd probably overturn it.